I'm getting really good at this. You're getting like one a day. What's going on here? Right, okay. So, I said I'd do it. Let's do it. Let's review this. This is Studio Series Thundercracker. Now, yeah, it's a repaint, remold-ish kind of thing of the Last Night Nitro Zeus. But I completely forgot this was even a thing until I saw it in the Entertainer for, I think it was just over £17, £17, £18, something like that. And I was like, for that price I can't really leave it, can I? Yeah, alright, fine. So I bought it. And I never got Nitro Zeus. It's one of those things I never saw on sale. So, you know. So, let's have a quick look. You know what? It's a very pretty plain mode. I think I saw that from the early pictures of Nitro Zeus. But because it was all just like a bland cream beige kind of colour, it was like, okay, is that a test shot? What is it? Because this is coloured and it's got like the stripes and stuff which have been on it on every Thundercracker since what, Classics? I don't think it was on the G1, but you know what I mean. And now you're looking at it and you're like, that's actually really pretty, isn't it? That's really nice. Not so keen on these bits. I mean, alright, I guess, but did you need them? And you've even got, I believe you've got to do it at the front, an opening cockpit. You're like, well, why can it do that? Well, it's for a stupid reason for later on. But for argument's sake, this is one of the primes from the Prime Trilogy fellas. I'm not sure which one it is. Basically, you can, I believe, let's just see if I'm proven to be wrong. You can stick one of them in there and close it up. And look, it's in there flying the plane. Isn't that neat? I guess. Because we may need that later. I don't know. We'll see how we get on. It's quite nice. It's got a weird looking engine at the back, which you may or may not be able to see. And in classic Jetformer style, oh look, it's the robot mode. Just piled up underneath like a giant slab of nonsense. No one's surprised by this anymore. No one cares. It's just, yeah, water's wet. Planes have got robot modes hidden very, very, very loosely underneath. And you got landing gear, which folds up, and you know, that's definitely not a hand, honest. And while we're at it, see these red bits? They're definitely not eyes. I think. I don't know. And yeah, it's kind of cool. It's got kind of thrust cell like turbines underneath the wings. Now, I'm not a massive plane enthusiast, but I don't know what they're for. Okay, so let's just bring this up a bit and we'll get into the transformation, I suppose. Because, you know, it'd be a long review if I didn't get into the transformation. Right, okay, so we're going to, I think, yeah. I'm going to try and, yeah, we're going to have to, aren't we? I'm going to disconnect the wings here and about here-ish. In fact, you may see a slight little bit of blue there from strain marks. Yeah, this doesn't always want to go together as well as I'd like. So I'm going to disconnect the front here and at the back. Right. This little tab here goes into that groove there, that little C shape. And I think it's this little shape here goes into that notch there. But honestly, I'm not 100% sure. It does sort of tab in, but I couldn't swear to anything. So we've got those up there. Okay. We turn it over, and I still don't think this is tall enough. Let's bring it up even more. Okay. Alright. I didn't do a size mode for the plane, did I? Whatever, who cares? I mean, I could just put the wings there. Fine, fine. I'm not tabbing them in, can't be bothered. There's Viacom. It's a Voyager. Get over it. Right, now, let's move on with our lives. Fold these up, great. Now what we've got to do is, these are the legs. Straight from hip, all the way down to toe. And all we've got is there's a little notch in here, tabbing the leg in, and I think it tabs in, the foot tabs in on this back section here as well. So basically all we've got to do is, the tabs at the back here, sorry, it notches in there, I'll show you in a second. Get that loose, right, okay. There's, where am I? That little bit there, see that little squared off recessed piece there? That has a little notch there that goes into it. Other than that, you just rotate it down, straighten it up, fold down the foot, and the foot has got that square there, which goes onto big black tab there. And that's a leg. That's a leg. And this one comes out as well and untabs from there, rotate it down, straighten it, blah blah blah. When I was first doing this, I think it was this one, refused to tab in there. Now I didn't look in the instructions because I'm a maverick renegade, and I thought I was doing something wrong. No, it just didn't want to do it. The table making a noise like that then was because I shrugged and I was pressing it. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so we're like this. Though it's done, can you... whatever. Right, we'll bring these down slightly. And we're going to... Right. This shape over the top here is separate to the section where the engine is. So we're going to untab that. There we go. Which is... giant black tab here goes into square there. So we'll fold the fin to one side and hole there, big tab sticking out here. Okay, I'm not sure it's going to go in yet until we move this, but it's roughly in the right place. Okay, okay, okay. So we're going to rotate this out, and it's this here where this silver screw is. It's that hinge there, and you've got to get this all the way out to the side there, rotate it round and flip out the hand. Ta-da! For this one, basically this becomes an arm. So to get it there, you've got to, on this silver pin here, on this hinge, because there's a hinge there, you need to rotate this up to there. So from as it was to there. And we need to wriggle the nose cone and it pops loose here. Now generally that very tentatively holds and doesn't put up any hassle at all if you so much as tap it on tabs. But today I've had to put effort into it because it's on camera. So untab that, and again on this hinge here, this whole piece, screw that. Need to rotate that all the way through and up to about there somewhere. It sort of wants to sit about there, but it doesn't actually tab, which I'm quite surprised about. I thought it would. At which point we're going to rotate the leg back down, and then we're going to collapse these up, quite a la Scorn from the last time actually, and then just tab these guys together here, and that's the waist, and the legs all done. Okay, this we're going to bring down, and it sort of goes together. It doesn't really, nothing really tabs together here in this shoulder. It's a bit wriggly, but whatever, fine. Okay, it's done. At this point, we're going to bring this piece forward on this hinge here. This whole piece, sorry, this piece here will hinge into that gap. Just going to bring that down, and then rotate this whole piece into the crevice left over. And if you put a bit of effort into it, I'm not sure if it tabs or if it just fills in the whole gap, but it goes in there. And I think that's supposed to be flat. I think that's supposed to be flat. I don't know. Okay. And might as well turn the head around for dramatic head reveal. What? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's finish this arm off. So what we've got to do is get this piece under here on this black double hinge, and on that side. So get them loose. Oh no, it is the entire nose cone. Sorry, there you go. Get that. And using the black double hinge, rotate it around up to there, and then flatten it out so it's now above here and flat. Rotate it around so it's above there and flat, and then you're supposed to just open that up to there, and that's now an arm. Fine. Interestingly, you know the landing gear from the beginning? Yeah, it's built into the arm there. It's quite neat. So that was quite a good little thing. And we're pretty much done. Now it's just messing around and tidying up. So what we've got to do is, I don't know if you can do it closed up. We'll try it closed up for argument's sake. These missiles, I'm not sure if you have to take them off for the transformation. I haven't tried it. I'm going to fold up this little grey panel. Okay. Fold that over. And then we're going to fold this, well, you need to fold up the little turbine, fold this piece in, and it should tab into the little turbine, just about. And then we've got to get this cup here on the turbine over this lump here. Alright, so I'm going to rotate it around and try and get it over. And yeah, you can get it to just about go, but I think it'd be a lot easier without the missiles, so let's do that. Let's get the missiles out of the way. Just thought, you know, if you didn't want the missiles knocking around, you might be able to hide them, but no, it doesn't really like it, so fine. Okay, okay, and you can hinge. It takes a bit of effort to dislodge it, but you can get this hinge so you can bring it up wherever you want. I think you're supposed to have it kind of like that. And then the missiles, you're supposed to peg in the top there, because why not, I guess. I mean, you know, fine. So, take off the missiles, let's show that again so you can see what's going on. Take off the missiles, fold that up, fold this bit in, fold that bit in, make sure this grey bit's folded in, and then rotate over and make sure it's all clipped together. Get that dislodged and folded, and plug that in there. And that is Studio Series, or whatever it is you want to call him, Thundercracker. And the transformation's kind of fiddly to explain anyway. Once you've got him in hands and you've done him a couple of times, once you've done the transformation a couple of times, you know what it is, so it's not so difficult for you. But I have a hard time saying this is a good figure. It's not bad, I'm not sure I can say it's good. Like, it's one of those things that didn't need to exist, but it does. And I'm still not sure it's a good thing. Like, this arm is just ridiculous. It's laughable and it's quite pointless. I mean, I suppose you can still open the cockpit. That's funny, I guess. I don't. Is it supposed to be a crossbow? I don't know what it's for. You got these big turbine things on the back. Are they supposed to be engines now? Can he fly? Because there's nothing in the back of them. They're just holes. Are they supposed to be big guns? I don't. They've got missiles sitting on top of them now, which are just indistinct black lumps most of the time, but you know, they're there. Something I didn't notice until I think it was yesterday. He's actually got miniguns on his shoulders, which again, indistinct black lumps. I didn't even notice. I might take a little bit of, like, ever so gently dry brush some silver around that just to get like hints, so I can actually go, oh hey, yeah, look, guns. Because otherwise they're just, you can barely see they're there. This arm's alright. The elbow was super loose. A lot of these joints were super loose. I've really had to floor posh them. Call that mold degradation, whatever you want to say. But I do quite like the fact that you can also extend the cannon on the arm. You know, you're not stuck with it all the time. You can extend it and retract it at will. That's quite nice. Quite a nice point. Quite like that. And yeah, I mean, like the legs. make sure it taps. It doesn't tab together super well. I may have to have a look at that. The legs look really complicated, but they're not. There's a universal hinge, a swivel, a hinge, and another hinge. That's it. But then there's also, I don't want to touch that one in particular. There's also this knee bit with intake written on it that folds. Why? Because as soon as I was taking this out of the packaging, that one shot off and I almost lost it. I didn't even realise what had happened. I just felt the sensation of something shoot off. And I had to look and see that that one was there and this one wasn't. It's just something to lose. I don't know why. For argument's sake, let's see if I can. I floor polished it, and it seems to be holding nice. Well, nicer, better. But I still don't know what it's for, and now it's flopping all over the place. That's fantastic. Whatever. I don't know why. That's now it's gonna fight with me again. I don't know what it's for. Honestly, don't. I'm not sure what it's for. I mean, the legs look nice, but it's just molded. There's no, there's no hint of paint to it. And these back fins are adjustable. They don't need to be. You can just leave them like that. You never have to. You glue those into the position they're in plane mode and never touch them. It's only this one you need to for the transformation. These two you don't need to do. Why? Really weird. And he looks alright from the back. I'm not sure I pointed out the Decepticon symbols on the back, but they're fine. Sorry, I'm starting to worry if I sound funny. Well, not haha funny, you know what I mean. And I suppose the body's nicely designed, I guess. But again, a little bit of pick out with paint. Just, a couple of little details would have made the world of difference. And now I've talked about everything else, we come stampeding to the elephant in the room. What on earth is that meant to be? What are his eyes? Like, are all the red bits eyes? So has he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 eyes? Has he got like weird spidery teeth? What? Wait, what's all this about? I don't understand this at all. Why? It's really weird. Like isn't that Thundercracker? I mean, if you said this was like butch, non-gender conforming arachnid, she's now a jet, and fair enough. That with that face, I could believe it's a spider. Fine. But Thundercracker? Really? I don't know. And yeah, you can pull the head off for Titan's return action. I don't. Why? I know a lot of people are probably asking that about Nitro Zeus, but still. The problem I've got is I've not found anything else that wants to go into this connection so far, so nothing else seems to want to go in there. I don't know if it's like ever so slightly fatter or what, because is that in? Yeah, that's in. There you go. That's one of the robots from Portal. I don't know what that is. I mean, if they want this to be a Titan's return figure for some reason and have it so they could pilot the jet mode and be the head, fine. But I don't know why they've done that the other way. It's just weird. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Now I've got to try and get this head back in. Precise comparisons. There we go. So yeah, it's an odd one. Let's be honest with you. It's an odd one. So we've got Age of Extinction Bumblebee. It's a Voyager. But I suppose I should probably have transformed it, but I can't be bothered. We'll just do it now. Something that wasn't its wave mate, but was with Nitro Zeus. There's the last night's Scorn in dinosaur mode, and it's still a Voyager. I don't dislike him. I don't. I just think I need to spend more time and get to know him, because there's probably something, or someone's going to say something to me about it, and they're going to go, ah, yeah, but you're not taking into account this, this, and this, and I'll be like, ah, okay, yeah, you got me, fair enough, and I'll suddenly fall in love with it. But at the minute, it's just the fact that I've got something of this mould. The only reason I've got it at the minute, because I didn't get Nitro Zeus, and there's only the two of them that I know of. Yeah, exactly, Doc. But he's just so weird. Not really bad, just weird, and I can't quite put my finger on if I like him or not. But yeah, I got this guy. I went out for the day with a friend, and I wasn't going to get anything, but they were getting something, so it was like, go on, here's 20 quid, get mine as well. And yeah, I would have picked him up otherwise, but you know. And a curious thing for you, for anyone in the UK, I think Blue should still get this. I also found in the local Kex, or Sex, however it's supposed to be pronounced, CEX, the sort of games trading shop. I found a copy of Banzai, you know, the old television program. Found a copy of that 50p, so I bought it for me dad. Banzai, for people who don't know, it was basically sort of like a faux Japanese game show where they had you, basically they gave you X amount of time to bet on one of the weird and wacky things they did. And they did some really weird stuff, and surprisingly they got some quite well-known celebrities. One of the ones I've just seen, because there's a few on YouTube, but my dad got like, I think it was like an hour and 20 of sketches. Oh, mate. I'll put a link to one of them down here. Because like I said, some of the celebrities they managed to get for these things to do really weird and wacky stuff for no good reason. It's unbelievable, some of the stuff they pulled off. And some of them are incredibly rude, so it's not my fault if you see something you don't want to see. It's YouTube, it shouldn't be that bad. But if you go look in the deepest, darkest web and you find some of the more questionable stuff, it's not my fault, I'm not to blame. Although I do recommend squirrel fishing. That's a good one. But I'll put a link to the other one here. But anyway, I've rambled and I've talked, and I still haven't made my mind up if I like this guy. Someone say something down there. I know. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched. I shall see all of you in the next one, where I'm somehow a butch, I'm somehow a butch remake of some old feminine. I'm now non-gender conforming masculine RC. There you go. Bye!